Google Cloud Next 2026 just changed enterprise AI. Most people only saw the headlines. In this video, I am breaking down the 3 announcements that actually matter. The ones that will change how your organization builds and governs AI agents. Announcement 1. The Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform. Announcement 2. The Agentic Data Cloud. Announcement 3. The Universal Commerce Protocol. Let us get into it. Before the announcements, I want the numbers to land. 75% of Google Cloud customers now use AI in production. Not piloting it. Actually using it. That is up from 44% just 1 year ago. Google is processing 3 trillion tokens per day, internally, just to run its own products. That number was 500 billion a few months ago. Up 6 times. In months. 300 AI agent sandboxes are launched every single second on GKE Agent. 200 plus models are available on the platform, including Claude, Llama, and Mistral. Thomas Kurian said it best at the keynote. The agentic enterprise is no longer a vision on a roadmap. It is in production today. He is right. And Cloud Next 2026 is the proof. Announcement 1. Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform. Vertex AI is gone. What replaced it is completely different. Let me show you exactly what changed. Vertex AI was a model deployment platform. You used it to train, fine-tune, and serve models. If you wanted to build an agent on top of it, you did everything yourself. You wrote the orchestration code. You wired the tools. You handled the security. Agents were an afterthought. The Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform replaces all of that. It is a full agent operating system. Build agents. Scale agents. Govern agents. Operate agents. Models, data, tools, runtime, and security, all in one unified platform. Agents are not an afterthought anymore. They are the primary citizen. 3 things make this real today. Agent Studio for low-code building. ADK version 2 for code-first development. And Managed Agent Runtime for production deployment. Now here is where most coverage missed the real story. Building agents is only half the problem. The other half is what happens after you build them. The platform has 5 components. All 5 are required for production. The first 3 you already know. Agent Studio, ADK version 2, and Agent Runtime. The fourth is Agent Governance. This is where enterprise gets serious. Agent Identity gives every agent a unique, auditable ID, like an employee in your IAM system. Agent Registry is a centralized catalog of every MCP server in your organization. Agent Gateway enforces policy on every single tool call before it executes. For regulated industries, banking, healthcare, government, this is not optional. This is mandatory. Google built it natively into the platform. The fifth is observability. Full visibility into the performance and behavior of every agent and MCP server. Trace execution paths. Diagnose issues. See exactly what every agent did and why. This is what production infrastructure looks like. This is not conference demos. These are production deployments at real enterprises, right now. Burns & McDonnell, a major engineering firm, is using ADK to build an agent. It turns decades of project data into real-time, actionable intelligence. Their chief innovation officer described it as combining deterministic business rules with probabilistic reasoning. That is not a hackathon project. That is production AI at enterprise scale. Color Health built a virtual cancer clinic using ADK and Agent Runtime. Their agent powers end-to-end care coordination. It is helping more women get screened for breast cancer at scale. The Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform is not a developer toy. It is production infrastructure for regulated, high-stakes enterprise AI. If your organization is still treating agents as experimental, you are already behind. Announcement 2. The Agentic Data Cloud. Google said something at Cloud Next that I think is completely correct. The real AI bottleneck is not the model. It is the data. Think about what agents actually need to do their job. They need to understand your business. Not just read a database. Actually understand what the data means in context. Enterprise data has 4 problems that make this nearly impossible today. Problem 1. Data lives in silos. Marketing, finance, operations, all in separate systems. Problem 2. Context is human held. When your data engineer queries a column called churn_90D, they know what it means. An AI agent does not. Problem 3. Schema does not equal meaning. Column names tell you the structure. They tell you nothing about the business logic. Problem 4. Natural language still needs experts. A business analyst still needs a data engineer to write the SQL query. The Agentic Data Cloud solves all 4 of these problems at once. The centerpiece of the Agentic Data Cloud is the Knowledge Catalog. And the name does not do it justice. The Knowledge Catalog is a semantic graph of your entire enterprise data estate. Not a traditional data catalog. Not a spreadsheet of table names and owners. A semantic graph. A living, continuously updated map of what your data actually means. Not just what it is called. What it means. Gemini automatically tags and enriches every data asset across your estate. Continuously. No manual cataloging required. It maps relationships between tables, metrics, and business terms. If your company uses 5 different names for active users across 5 different systems, Knowledge Catalog understands they are the same concept. And it is access aware. Agents can only retrieve data the requesting user is authorized to see. Your governance policies apply automatically. This is what makes agents actually useful in enterprise. Not a smarter model. An agent that understands your business. The second capability in the Agentic Data Cloud is BigQuery Comments to SQL. This one you can use today. Right now. Old world. A business analyst asks, what was total revenue from India last quarter? This goes to a data engineer. They figure out the right table, the join, the date format. They write the SQL. They send it back. Expected time of arrival. Tomorrow. New world. You write a comment directly in BigQuery. What was total revenue from India last quarter? BigQuery generates the SQL automatically. It knows your schema through Knowledge Catalog. It understands your business terminology. The select, the join, the where clause. Generated instantly. The language barrier to enterprise data is over. Business analysts query BigQuery in plain English. Data engineers focus on architecture, not translation. Announcement 3. The Universal Commerce Protocol. Google called it the invisible shelf. This is the most conceptually interesting announcement. And the most early stage. But potentially the most transformative of the 3. Today, commerce is tied to interfaces. You go to Amazon, you browse, you buy. You go to Zomato, you browse, you order. Every retailer has their own interface, their own API, their own integration requirement. An AI agent that wants to buy something on your behalf has to be specifically programmed for each platform. UCP, the Universal Commerce Protocol, changes this. It is to commerce what MCP is to tools. A shared open standard that lets any AI agent transact with any participating retailer, without custom integration code. You tell your agent. Reorder coffee pods when the office stock runs low. The agent understands your intent. Searches multiple suppliers using UCP, compares prices. Places the order at the best option. Confirms with you. Amazon, Flipkart, Zepto, Swiggy, Instamart. The agent talks to all of them with the same protocol. For developers. Build purchasing logic once. It works across all UCP-enabled retailers. For enterprises. Automate procurement, travel, subscriptions. Entire categories of manual work, gone. What UCP means for different people watching this. If you are a developer, build agents that complete purchases without custom API integrations per retailer. UCP is open standard. Write once, works across all participating platforms. Pair with MCP for tools and AI to AI for agent coordination. You have a complete autonomous workflow stack. If you are in enterprise leadership, procurement reorders when inventory drops below threshold. Travel booking. Agent finds cheapest flight, hotel, and transfer. No human in the loop. Subscription management. Renew, cancel, or switch vendors based on live price signals. Entire categories of manual work. Automated. These three announcements are not three separate products. They are three layers of the same architecture. The bottom layer is the Agentic Data Cloud. This is what agents know. Knowledge Catalog gives every agent a semantic understanding of your business. The middle layer is the Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform. This is where agents live. Build them, run them, govern them, monitor them. All in one platform. The top layer is the Universal Commerce Protocol. This is what agents do. They take actions in the world, including transacting on your behalf. Know, operate, act. Google Cloud Next 2026 was one coherent platform strategy for the agentic enterprise. And now you see it as a complete stack. Quick comparison. Because I know you are thinking about AWS and Microsoft. On Agent Builder, Google has Agent Studio and ADK. AWS has Bedrock Agents. Microsoft has Copilot Studio. On Runtime, Google has Managed gVisor. AWS uses Lambda. Microsoft uses Azure Functions. On Governance, Google has it native, built-in. AWS and Microsoft. Manual. On Data Grounding, Google has Knowledge Catalog. AWS has Bedrock Knowledge Bases. Microsoft uses SharePoint. On Multi-Agent, Google has A2A version 1 natively. Both AWS and Microsoft have limited support. On Commerce, Google has UCP. AWS has nothing. Microsoft has nothing. Governance and Commerce Protocol are where Google has moved meaningfully ahead right now. Who should care, and what should they do? If you are a cloud architect, GEAP replaces your Vertex AI architecture. Agent Gateway replaces your API Gateway. Agent Identity changes your IAM design. Learn this now. Not when your team asks you in 6 months. If you are a data engineer, Knowledge Catalog is coming for manual data cataloging. Comments to SQL changes your team workflow. This is your stack changing. Get ahead of it. If you are an enterprise developer, ADK version 2 is your new agent framework. Agent Registry is where you publish MCP servers. If you are in product or business leadership, 75% of GCP customers already use AI. This is mainstream. The question is not whether. It is how fast. Honest take. Because not everything is ready today. Build on this right now. Agent Studio, ADK version 2, Agent Runtime. All generally available. Data Engineering Agent and Data Science Agent. Generally available. These are solid. Start building. Watch but do not build critical workflows on yet. UCP is real, but retailer adoption is still early. Database Observability Agent is preview only. Agent Identity IAM integration is still maturing. Cross-Cloud Lakehouse is partially shipped. Bottom line. Build on GEAP and Knowledge Catalog now. Experiment with UCP. Do not put critical workflows on preview features. One practical thing before we wrap up. The Data Agent Kit is free, generally available today. It works in VS Code, Gemini CLI, Claude Code, and Codex. 3 agents are included. Data Engineering Agent. Writes pipeline code, transforms data, fixes schema issues on command. No ticket to your data team. Data Science Agent. Runs analysis, generates visualizations, interprets model outputs. For any developer. Database Observability Agent. Monitors query performance, detects anomalies. Still preview but worth trying. Install it right now. Run Cloud Components Install Data Agent Kit. Or pip install Google Cloud Data Agent. 5 minutes of hands-on use will teach you more than anything I can say in this video. 6 things to take away from Google Cloud Next 2026. 1. Vertex AI is now the Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform. A full agent operating system. Not just model deployment. 2. Agent governance is built in, not bolted on. Identity, registry, gateway, observability. All native from day one. 3. Data readiness is the real AI bottleneck. Knowledge catalog solves context. Comments to SQL removes the data engineer dependency. 4. The Agentic Data Cloud is a cross-cloud play. Google supports AWS and Azure data. They know you are not single cloud. 5. UCP is the MCP of commerce. Early days. Strategically enormous. Autonomous agent commerce will reshape entire industries. 6. 75% of GCP customers now use AI. The tipping point is here. Cloud Next 2026 marks the beginning of the production agentic era. Enterprise AI has crossed a line. What comes next is structural change. And that is Google Cloud Next 2026. You now know more about these 3 announcements than most people who were actually at the conference. If this was useful, subscribe. I publish weekly deep dives on Google Cloud, AI agents, and enterprise technology. No hype. Just the signal. Drop a comment below. Which of the 3 announcements matters most for your work right now? GEAP, Agentic Data Cloud, or UCP? I read every single comment. See you in the next one.